Welcome back. If you're over 60 and taking magnesium glycinate, or you're thinking about starting it, there's something important you should know. Magnesium is an essential mineral involved in hundreds of processes throughout the body. It plays a role in normal muscle and nerve function, energy production, and maintaining healthy bones. And magnesium glycinate has become especially popular because many people consider it gentle on the stomach and easy to take. But here's the problem. A supplement that sounds healthy isn't automatically appropriate for everyone. And one of the biggest mistakes isn't necessarily choosing magnesium glycinate itself. It's taking it without considering your medications, kidney function, total magnesium intake, and the amount you're actually consuming. That's particularly important as we get older. So if you're currently taking magnesium glycinate, don't panic. This video is not telling you to suddenly stop a supplement prescribed or recommended by your healthcare professional. Instead, we're going to explain the mistakes you should know about so you can make safer decisions with your doctor or pharmacist. And there's one mistake in particular that deserves your attention. Let's start with the basics. Magnesium glycinate is a form of magnesium in which magnesium is associated with the amino acid glycine. It's widely sold as a dietary supplement. You'll find it in capsules, tablets, powders, and other formulations. People commonly take magnesium supplements because they believe they may help with things such as muscle function, sleep, or general magnesium intake. But there's an important distinction. Magnesium is essential. That doesn't mean everyone needs a magnesium supplement. Most nutrients are ideally obtained from a balanced diet when possible. Foods containing magnesium include nuts, seeds, beans, lentils, whole grains, leafy green vegetables, some fish, certain dairy products. So before asking which magnesium supplement is best, it's worth asking a more basic question. Do you actually need one? Magnesium is involved in many biological processes. Your body uses it for normal muscle and nerve function. It's involved in energy metabolism. It contributes to normal bone health. And it helps regulate several processes involving electrolytes. That's why having too little magnesium can be a problem. But more isn't necessarily better. This is where supplement use can become confusing. You may see someone online saying, "Everyone over 60 should take magnesium every night." That is not a universal medical recommendation. Another person might say, "Take a very high dose for better results." Again, that's not necessarily appropriate. Your magnesium needs depend on your diet, health status, medications, kidney function, and other factors. If there's one section you remember from this video, make it this one. Don't treat magnesium supplements as automatically safe if you have impaired kidney function. Your kidneys help regulate magnesium levels in the body. When kidney function is significantly reduced, the body may have more difficulty eliminating excess magnesium. That means magnesium can accumulate. In severe cases, excessive magnesium levels can cause serious problems. This is one reason people with chronic kidney disease should talk with their healthcare professional before taking magnesium supplements. And this matters because kidney function can decline without obvious symptoms. Someone can feel perfectly normal and still have reduced kidney function. That's why age alone isn't the only consideration. Your medical history matters. Your blood tests matter. And your medications matter. Many people don't know their current kidney function. If you're over 60, it may be worth asking your healthcare professional whether routine kidney testing is appropriate for you, especially if you have conditions such as diabetes or high blood pressure. Blood tests can provide information about kidney function. Urine testing can also provide important information about kidney health. The point isn't to scare you. It's to avoid making assumptions. If your kidneys are functioning normally, that doesn't automatically mean you need magnesium supplements. And if your kidney function is impaired, you shouldn't assume that a supplement is harmless simply because it's sold over the counter. Here's another common problem. You buy a bottle that says Magnesium Glycinate 500 milligrams. You might assume you're getting 500 milligrams of magnesium. But supplement labels can be confusing. You need to look carefully at the supplement facts panel. What matters is the amount of elemental magnesium provided per serving. The weight of the entire magnesium compound is not necessarily the same as the amount of magnesium itself. This distinction can make a major difference when you're calculating how much you're actually taking. So don't simply look at the biggest number printed on the front of the bottle. Turn it around. Read the supplement facts label. And if you're uncertain about what the number means, ask your pharmacist or healthcare professional. This is another mistake worth avoiding. Someone takes magnesium glycinate one evening. They don't notice any difference. So the next night, they take more. Then more again. Eventually, they may be consuming substantially more supplemental magnesium than they originally intended. That's not a good strategy. Supplements aren't necessarily more effective simply because you take more. In fact, excessive supplemental magnesium can cause problems. One of the most common issues associated with high supplemental magnesium intake is diarrhea or gastrointestinal discomfort, depending on the form and amount. At very high levels, particularly in people with impaired kidney function, excessive magnesium can become much more serious. So don't increase the dose simply because you didn't notice an immediate effect. There's another important distinction. Magnesium from food and magnesium from supplements aren't always treated the same way when discussing intake limits. Foods naturally contain magnesium alongside fiber, protein, vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. For many healthy adults, food is an excellent way to obtain magnesium. Supplements can be useful in certain situations, especially when dietary intake isn't sufficient or a healthcare professional recommends supplementation. But supplements should complement a healthy diet, not replace it. Consider foods such as pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, black beans, lentils, spinach, whole grains. These can contribute magnesium while providing many other nutrients. Now let's talk about one of the biggest reasons magnesium glycinate has become popular. Sleep. You may have seen advertisements saying magnesium glycinate will help you sleep deeply every night. The reality is more complicated. Magnesium is involved in normal nervous system function. And magnesium deficiency can cause problems. But that doesn't mean taking extra magnesium will automatically solve insomnia. If you're regularly having trouble sleeping, there could be many reasons. Sleep apnea. Medication effects. Pain. Stress. Caffeine. Depression or anxiety. An irregular sleep schedule. Or another underlying health problem. So don't use magnesium as a substitute for finding out why you're not sleeping well. This is another major issue. Supplements can interact with medications. One well-known example involves some antibiotics. Magnesium can bind to certain medications in the digestive tract and reduce how much of the medicine is absorbed. There can also be concerns with some medications used for osteoporosis and other conditions. That's why your pharmacist should know about all the supplements you're taking. Not just prescriptions. Not just vitamins. Everything. Including magnesium. Including herbal products. Including over-the-counter medicines. This is a message worth repeating. The word natural doesn't mean risk-free. Magnesium is a naturally occurring mineral. Glycine is a naturally occurring amino acid. But taking concentrated supplements is different from consuming small amounts of nutrients naturally found in food. The dose matters. Your health status matters. And interactions matter. This is why responsible supplement use starts with information, not fear. Certain people should be particularly cautious about magnesium supplementation. That includes people with significant kidney disease, certain heart conditions, Complex medication regimens. Conditions affecting electrolyte balance. A history of abnormal magnesium levels. This doesn't automatically mean you can never take magnesium. It means you should discuss it with a qualified healthcare professional first. Don't panic. And don't automatically stop a supplement that your doctor prescribed or specifically recommended. Instead, check the label. Find the amount of elemental magnesium per serving. Write down how much you're taking. Then make a list of your medications and other supplements. Take that information to your doctor or pharmacist. Ask: is this dose appropriate for me? Does magnesium interact with any of my medications? Do I have any kidney problems that would make this supplement inappropriate? Those 3 questions can be far more useful than simply asking whether magnesium glycinate is good or bad. Now let's go deeper. Because one of the biggest problems with supplements is that people often focus on the name of the product instead of understanding the dose. And with magnesium, that can be especially confusing. Let's say you pick up a bottle labeled Magnesium Glycinate, 500 milligrams. You might immediately think, I'm taking 500 milligrams of magnesium. But that's not necessarily what the label means. Magnesium glycinate is a compound. The amount of the compound and the amount of elemental magnesium are not the same thing. What you really want to identify is the amount of elemental magnesium listed in the supplement facts panel. This is one reason reading the back of the bottle is more important than simply looking at the large number on the front. If the label is confusing, don't guess. Take it to your pharmacist and ask them to explain exactly how much elemental magnesium you're getting per serving. That small step can prevent accidental overuse. The recommended dietary allowance for magnesium varies by age and sex. For adult men, the recommended amount is generally higher than for adult women. For adults over 70, the recommended dietary allowance is around 420 milligrams per day for men and 320 milligrams per day for women. But here's an extremely important distinction. Those numbers refer to total magnesium intake from food and other sources, not a recommendation to take that amount as a supplement. Your diet may already provide a substantial amount. For example, nuts, seeds, beans, whole grains, and leafy green vegetables can all contribute magnesium. So taking a supplement on top of an already adequate diet may not be necessary. There is also a separate upper limit for magnesium coming specifically from supplements and medications, rather than magnesium naturally present in food. For adults, the commonly cited upper limit is 350 milligrams per day from supplements and medications, unless a healthcare professional recommends otherwise. This distinction is important. It doesn't mean that 350 milligrams is a universal safe dose for every person. Someone with impaired kidney function, for example, may need a very different approach. And certain medical situations may require individualized treatment. So don't use the number as a target. Use it as a reminder that more isn't automatically better. Here's something that happens surprisingly often. Someone takes magnesium glycinate at night. Then they take a multivitamin. Then they use a laxative occasionally. Then they drink an electrolyte powder. And perhaps one or more of those products also contains magnesium. Individually, each product may seem reasonable. But together, the total can add up. That's why it's useful to make a complete list of everything you take. Look for magnesium in multivitamins, mineral supplements, antacids, laxatives, electrolyte products, sleep supplements, relaxation formulas. You may discover that you're getting magnesium from several different sources. This is particularly important for older adults because many take several medications each day. Magnesium can interfere with the absorption of certain medications when they're taken too close together. For example, some antibiotics can interact with magnesium. Certain osteoporosis medications can also require careful timing around minerals such as magnesium. There can also be interactions involving thyroid medications and other drugs. The exact timing depends on the specific medication. So don't rely on a generic rule like, just take magnesium 2 hours later. That might be appropriate for one medicine but not another. Instead, ask your pharmacist, how far apart should I take this magnesium supplement from my medications? A pharmacist can check your exact medication list and provide a more useful answer. You've probably seen this claim online. Someone takes a supplement and develops diarrhea. Then they say, that's just the magnesium detoxing my body. No. Diarrhea can be a side effect of excessive supplemental magnesium. It isn't evidence that toxins are being removed from your body. This is an important distinction. If a supplement causes persistent diarrhea, abdominal discomfort, or other unpleasant symptoms, don't automatically interpret that as proof that the product is working. Discuss the symptoms with your healthcare professional. Excessive supplemental magnesium can cause gastrointestinal symptoms such as diarrhea, nausea, abdominal cramping. The risk can depend on the dose and the particular form of magnesium. If symptoms are mild but persistent, talk with your healthcare professional or pharmacist. If you experience severe symptoms or feel seriously unwell, seek medical attention. And remember, someone with significant kidney impairment may be at greater risk of magnesium accumulation. Very high magnesium levels in the blood are uncommon in healthy people who have normal kidney function. But when excess magnesium accumulates, particularly in people with severe kidney impairment, it can become dangerous. Severe magnesium toxicity can affect blood pressure, reflexes, muscle function, breathing, heart rhythm, nervous system function. This is one reason you shouldn't treat a magnesium supplement like a harmless food. The body regulates minerals carefully. Too little can be a problem. But too much can also be a problem. Let's look at some of the claims you may have seen. Magnesium will fix your sleep. Magnesium will eliminate anxiety. Magnesium will stop muscle cramps. Magnesium will repair your heart. Magnesium will detox your kidneys. These claims are often much stronger than the available evidence. Magnesium is an essential nutrient. Correcting a genuine deficiency can be important. But that doesn't mean taking extra magnesium automatically produces dramatic benefits in people who already get enough. That's an important principle for every supplement. Treat deficiency when appropriate. Don't assume that more is better. Muscle cramps are another reason people buy magnesium. And magnesium deficiency can contribute to muscle problems. But not every muscle cramp is caused by magnesium deficiency. Cramps can have many possible causes. Dehydration. Certain medications. Overuse. Circulation problems. Nerve problems. Electrolyte abnormalities. And other medical conditions. So if you're experiencing frequent or severe muscle cramps, don't automatically assume you need magnesium. Especially if the cramps are new, worsening, or accompanied by weakness or other symptoms. It's worth discussing them with your healthcare professional. Magnesium glycinate is frequently marketed as a sleep supplement. Some people report that it helps them feel more relaxed. But individual experiences aren't the same thing as strong clinical evidence. If you're having occasional difficulty sleeping, improving your sleep routine may be more important than immediately adding another supplement. Consider keeping a consistent sleep schedule, limiting caffeine later in the day, keeping the bedroom comfortable and dark, avoiding heavy meals immediately before bed, getting regular physical activity, and discussing persistent insomnia with a healthcare professional. If you regularly snore loudly, wake up gasping, or feel extremely sleepy during the day, talk with a doctor because sleep apnea may be involved. One of the simplest ways to improve your magnesium intake is to look at your diet. Consider adding foods such as pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, black beans, lentils, spinach, whole grains, peanut butter. These foods don't just provide magnesium. They also provide protein, fiber, healthy fats, and other nutrients. Of course, your personal diet may need to be modified if you have kidney disease or another condition requiring dietary restrictions. Let's return to this because it's so important for older adults. If you have chronic kidney disease, don't assume that a standard magnesium supplement is automatically appropriate. Your kidneys help maintain the body's mineral balance. When kidney function declines significantly, the body may not eliminate magnesium normally. That can increase the risk of high magnesium levels. So if you have kidney disease, ask your doctor before starting magnesium glycinate. And don't assume that because a supplement was recommended to a friend, it is appropriate for you. Two people can take the same supplement and have completely different risks. Before adding magnesium glycinate to your routine, ask yourself 5 questions. Question 1. Do I actually need supplemental magnesium? Question 2. How much elemental magnesium does my product provide? Question 3. Am I already getting magnesium from other supplements, antacids, or laxatives? Question 4. Could magnesium interact with any of my medications? Question 5. Have I been told that I have reduced kidney function? If you don't know the answers, don't guess. Ask your doctor or pharmacist. We've already discussed why magnesium is important, why magnesium glycinate has become popular, and why taking a supplement without considering your kidney function, medications, total intake, and actual elemental magnesium dose can be a mistake. Now let's bring everything together. And first, let's answer the question many people may be asking. Should you stop taking magnesium glycinate? For most people, the answer is not something you should decide based on a YouTube video alone. If your doctor or another qualified healthcare professional recommended magnesium for you, don't suddenly stop it without discussing the change with them. If you're taking it on your own, the better approach is to review the product, dose, medications, and health history with your doctor or pharmacist. The goal isn't to fear magnesium. The goal is to use it appropriately. Let's begin with people who may need extra caution. This is one of the most important groups. Your kidneys play a major role in maintaining the body's mineral balance. When kidney function is significantly impaired, magnesium can accumulate more easily. That means a supplement that might be reasonable for one person could be inappropriate for another. If you have chronic kidney disease, reduced kidney function, or you're receiving dialysis, don't start or increase magnesium supplements without medical guidance. Your healthcare team can determine whether supplementation is appropriate based on your individual situation. If you take several prescription medications every day, don't assume supplements are automatically separate from your medication routine. They're part of the picture. Magnesium can affect the absorption of certain medications. This is why pharmacists often ask about vitamins and supplements when reviewing your medication list. Make sure your doctor and pharmacist know if you're taking magnesium glycinate, multivitamins, calcium, iron, herbal supplements, antacids, laxatives, electrolyte products. A complete list helps your healthcare team identify potential interactions. If you started magnesium and then developed persistent diarrhea, nausea, abdominal discomfort, unusual weakness, or other concerning symptoms, don't simply assume the supplement is detoxing you. Pay attention to the timing. And discuss persistent or significant symptoms with a healthcare professional. A supplement shouldn't make you feel consistently unwell. This is another easy mistake. You may think you're taking one magnesium supplement. But perhaps your multivitamin contains magnesium. Your antacid contains magnesium. Your electrolyte powder contains magnesium. And your sleep supplement contains magnesium. Now you're getting magnesium from several sources. That's why checking every label matters. When you pick up your magnesium supplement, don't just look at the front. Turn the bottle around. Find the supplement facts panel. Look for serving size, magnesium amount, and specifically, the amount of elemental magnesium. Then ask yourself, is one serving actually one capsule? Sometimes the suggested serving is 2 or more capsules. That's important because taking 2 capsules instead of 1 can double the amount you're consuming. Don't guess. Read the label carefully. Another common supplement mistake is assuming more magnesium equals better results. That's not how nutrition works. If your body needs magnesium, getting an appropriate amount is important. But taking excessive amounts doesn't necessarily provide additional benefits. Instead, it can increase the chance of side effects. Think about it this way. If your car needs a certain amount of engine oil, adding more and more isn't going to make the engine run infinitely better. The same basic principle applies to nutrients. Your body needs the right amount, not the largest amount possible. Before automatically reaching for a supplement, look at your diet. Magnesium-rich foods include nuts and seeds. Almonds, cashews, peanuts, and pumpkin seeds can provide meaningful amounts of magnesium. Beans and lentils. These can provide magnesium along with protein and fiber. Leafy greens. Spinach and other leafy green vegetables are useful sources. Whole grains. Foods such as oats and whole grain products can contribute magnesium. Other foods. Some fish and dairy products also contribute magnesium. A varied diet can help you obtain magnesium alongside many other nutrients. There are situations where a healthcare professional may recommend magnesium supplementation. For example, a person may have an inadequate dietary intake or a confirmed deficiency. Certain medical situations can also affect magnesium levels. In those cases, supplementation may have a legitimate role. The important thing is that the supplement should have a reason behind it. You don't need to take a supplement simply because everyone on social media says you should. If a healthcare professional recommended magnesium glycinate, that's different from randomly starting it because you saw an advertisement. Still, it's useful to understand what you're taking. Ask your healthcare professional. Why am I taking magnesium? What dose should I use? How long should I take it? Should I take it with food? Should I separate it from any of my medications? Do I need blood tests or follow-up? These questions can make your supplement routine much safer. Let's revisit this popular use. If magnesium seems to help you relax before bed, that's something you can discuss with your healthcare professional. But don't assume magnesium is treating the underlying cause of chronic insomnia. If you're having persistent sleep problems, look for the reason. For example, could caffeine be affecting your sleep? Are you using your phone or computer immediately before bed? Do you have chronic pain? Are you waking up frequently to urinate? Do you snore loudly? Do you wake up gasping? Are you extremely tired during the day? These questions may be more important than simply adding another supplement. The same principle applies. Magnesium deficiency can cause problems involving muscle function. But not every muscle cramp means you're magnesium deficient. If you're experiencing frequent cramps, consider discussing them with your healthcare professional. Your medications, hydration, physical activity, circulation, nerve health, and other factors may all be relevant. Don't automatically assume magnesium is the answer. Let's quickly recap. Mistake 1. Taking magnesium without considering your kidney function. Mistake 2. Assuming everyone over 60 needs a magnesium supplement. Mistake 3. Confusing the weight of magnesium glycinate with elemental magnesium. Mistake 4. Increasing your dose because you don't notice an immediate effect. Mistake 5. Taking multiple magnesium-containing products without calculating the total. Mistake 6. Ignoring possible interactions with medications. Mistake 7. Assuming diarrhea or other side effects mean the supplement is detoxing your body. Avoiding these mistakes can help you approach supplements more intelligently. So let's return to the question we started with. Should you stop taking magnesium glycinate immediately? Don't make that decision simply because of a YouTube video. If it was prescribed or specifically recommended by your healthcare professional, speak with them before changing it. If you started taking it yourself, review the supplement with your doctor or pharmacist. Bring the bottle with you. Show them the exact product. Tell them the dose. Tell them everything else you're taking. And mention any kidney problems or other medical conditions you have. That's much safer than guessing. Instead of asking, "What's the best supplement?" ask, "What does my body actually need?" Then ask, "Can I get it through food? And if supplementation is appropriate, what dose is right for me?" That's a much more useful approach. Supplements can be helpful tools, but they're not replacements for a nutritious diet, appropriate medical care, physical activity, and healthy lifestyle habits. As we get older, taking care of our health becomes more individualized. The supplement that works well for your friend may not be right for you. The dose that someone recommends online may not be appropriate for your medical history. And the fact that something is sold without a prescription doesn't mean you should take unlimited amounts. So before starting or increasing magnesium glycinate, pause for a moment. Check the label. Check your medications. Think about your kidney health. And if you're unsure, ask your doctor or pharmacist. That few-minute conversation could be far more valuable than another supplement advertisement. Here's what I want you to remember. Magnesium is an essential mineral. Magnesium glycinate is one form of supplemental magnesium. Not everyone needs a magnesium supplement. Kidney function matters. Medication interactions matter. The amount of elemental magnesium matters. More isn't automatically better. And most importantly, don't make major changes to your medications or medically recommended supplements based solely on a YouTube video. Talk to a qualified healthcare professional who knows your individual health history. If you found today's video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more evidence-based health information designed for adults over 60. We cover kidney health, heart health, diabetes, brain health, nutrition, medication safety, muscle health, and healthy aging. Now I'd love to hear from you. Do you currently take magnesium glycinate? And if you do, what was the main reason you started taking it? Sleep? Muscle cramps? General nutrition? Or did someone recommend it to you? Share your experience in the comments below. And remember, never feel embarrassed about asking your doctor or pharmacist about supplements. That's exactly what they're there for. If you know someone over 60 who takes several supplements, consider sharing this video with them. It may encourage them to check their labels, review their medications, and make safer decisions. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, stay informed, and remember, the goal isn't to take more supplements. The goal is to take what you actually need, safely and wisely. We'll see you in the next video.